interested in folk music, and there was a big folk music scene, as there were in many colleges, and we formed a group called the Tubadors.
Two TWO.
Badors.
Because there were two of us.
Yeah.
That was the reasoning behind the name.
Yeah. Mark was a bass, really,
Say way down
bass singer,
here.
and I was a tenor singer up there, and so we had no lead
No glue, no middle, no
vocalist. So when we went down to New York to see what was happening in the biz, we were playing at a place,
the folk place.
at the Folk Place, which was
Yeah.
a wonderful club at the time, and we ran into
It was the flashpoint. It really
Jerry.
was.
That was the hotbed.
yeah,
Yeah.
everyone. It was like a big magnet. Everyone went there, and
It was a mecca.
he was singing. He was backing people up. He
I
doing
was
some-
probably, I thought I was a guitar player at the time. You know, if you have enough vibrato on those nice blue Fender guitars, you can sound like a surf king. You know, but I was drawn to the folk music as well, and I wound up down at the Folk Place and met these two guys, and I could play the guitar a little bit. I could sing kind of right in the middle there. You know, mostly just sang for myself, but.
Not a bad-looking gent to boot.
No, that's true. That didn't hurt.
Didn't hurt.
And we ended up getting together, and it just kind of
It clicked.
clicked.
And Mr. Irving Steinblum came down, and he signed us to Folktown, which was the label to be on.
Terrific label.
Later on, we were kind of moved down the food chain a bit to the Folk Tone label, which was a subsidiary.
It was a decent label. They just didn't have the distribution.
Well, they just didn't have. Well, they didn't have any
no
distribution.
distribution at all.
And the covers were printed in 2 colors instead of 4, which I noticed was a...
Yeah. And they had no hole in the center of the record, so a lot
No,
of
you'd have to provide it
the
yourself.
people
It's a drawback.
complained that you'd get this vinyl, of course, in those days, and you'd kind of up to you to kind of center it and make the
It
actual
would teeter crazily on the little spindle
the
until you...
hole, and that was a whole. Well, of course, we had no control over
Nightmare,
that
nightmare,
aspect of
yeah.
it, but.
But they were still good records. They were
Oh, they
good.
were
It was
great
good product.
And if you punched a hole in them, you'd have a good time.
Yeah.